Come on, baby. Oh, I tell you, I'm extremely happy right now. If you haven't seen, Karma and I are actually on like an honest to goodness, not short, but the real thing, dog walk. We're doing it. It's happening. I honestly did not know. No grass eating, no baby. I didn't know whether this was going to happen again. And so that people that don't know, normally I wouldn't do this video, but what the hell. So 1 week ago, I took her into the vet and I got a terminal bone cancer diagnosis with 2 x-rays, one on one side where you could really see the inflammation. And, he said, we can't be 100% certain that's exactly what it is without a bone biopsy, but we dig into the bone. He's like, listen, man, you can see it getting thin here on this side. Last week was tough. I'll tell you right now. So prior to me calling the vet, she'd probably been the worst I'd ever seen her. Now, about 6-7 months before, her paw seemed to hurt. She limped on a little bit. A lot of people were talking about the limping, progressively the last few weeks before she was there, right? So anyway, I get online. And as you know, if you guys follow me, there's a guy named Joe Tippins. And Joe Tippins claims to have cured his cancer with a thing called fenbenzidol. Panicur C is like a type of that. It's a dewormer. And that with a combination of curcum, CBD, and vitamin E. Now, you can watch my video on it, but I contacted Mr. Tippins, and he says he's going to come on the show, but he's out overseas for now, which at least I'm really excited about that, because it really does seem like his story is the real deal, and that there's a couple of studies, in that video that I show that make you question what's going on. So anyway, even before I took Karma in, I had already started her a little bit on the fenbenzidol and vitamin E. I hadn't yet got the curcum or the CBD. I didn't want to get scammed on that. So, I started doing my research, etc., etc. I bought the the CBD, and that ended up being pretty pricey. I think it was almost $80. Somebody contacted me on Twitter and actually had offered me some, but it wasn't until after I'd ordered that. Come on, baby, over here. Let's switch it up. Come on, over to the side. Anyway, and I sent him what I'd already bought and said, hey, what do you think of this? And he said, look, this is top grade. So anyway, when I got her home last week, all they gave me was pain meds. Now, I put her on the pain meds for the first 2 days. She was still limping, very lethargic. I was still doing the fenbenzidol and E and trying to get the curcum in there, etc., etc. But look at her right now. I mean, she does see another dog, but she's pretty sparky, man. I got to tell you, I'm smiling. When I went in there, by the way, guys, before I get into any more about me basically taking her off the pain meds 2 days in and getting the CBD, I think for the last 3 days we've been on the CBD plus everything. Only 3? Yeah, I want to say for the last 3 days she's been on the CBD. Every day since, she's progressively gotten more energy, and she seems, a little bit better. We wouldn't be at the park. Listen, he told me we weren't going to do park walks anymore. She probably wasn't going to make it. I got a 2-week to 2-month diagnosis. Now, that's not to say she's not going to be gone in 2 weeks or 2 months, but we're 1 week into it, and she looks better today than when I took her in. So that's my 2 cents on that. But I also want to talk about how, it's also given me the sense, and often does when things like this happen, that you only have so much time with people, or your pets, or your family. And it's really the relationships we build along the way that matter, and hopefully the society we build with that, because it's the relationships and the friendships and the neighborhoods. That's why I like it here, guys. I like my little community. By the way, 21 thumbs, 75 watching. If you haven't thumbed it up, give me a little thing. What am I using? I'm using Honest Paws. So Honest Paws CBD product at the highest grade they had. That's what I went with. Because I said, what the heck? And obviously she's not drowsy. I'd already not fed her dog food for the last 2 years after my last dog, who was only 10 years old, started to get brain cancer. She had cancer elsewhere, but she started having seizures, and when those got too bad, I'm not going to do that. I actually tried a bit of THC with her. I'd probably never do that again either, just because dogs can't handle that. Again, it gets them wonky, unbalanced, etc., etc. She's great right now. I mean, she's not only balanced, but she's pulling me along trying to eat grass. Oh, there she goes. So with that being said, what do we got coming up on the channel, my friends? Well, I'm going to be doing a update on Epstein. We're going to talk about the crooked cop. Because listen, how can you trust anything out of his mouth? I think that's one of the reasons that he was put as Epstein's cellmate. What am I talking about? Nicholas Tartaglione. Oh, we got a dog poop. We clean up dog poop here, guys. We don't play games. We do the real deal. We do it live. If you have animals and you're not cleaning up after them, you're a terrible person. Everybody asks what's in the backpack. That's what's in the backpack. Oh, hold on, Carm. Give me a minute. Hold on. Anyway, guys, as I try not to miss a beat here, Tartaglione, he is a quadruple murderer, apparently, alleged quadruple murderer. Okay? I guess we can't be sure. Crooked cop, bad cocaine deal, upstate New York, quadruple murder, buried these people. So take that what you will. He was actually in a physical altercation, I think in March of 2018, sometime in 2018, in that same wing of the MCC. What does that show you? That shows you, I think, a high level of corruption and the possibility of beatings and certain things going on there. He apparently was attacked by somebody with a lock and a sock, the old lock and a sock deadly game. And right before Epstein gets there, somehow he's found with a smuggled in a miniature cell phone, is what it was described as, that could make phone calls and handle text messages. Come on, Carm. Let's go. Come on, baby. I got water in my backpack if you want. I guess we could end this over there and I'll give you some water. You did good, girl. We did a park walk. I hope there's a lot more park walks, guys. I love the park walks. So that being said, we're going to do that. We are going to talk about the burial of Epstein. By the way, a lot of people are asking, did he have a funeral, et cetera, et cetera. It does look like he has an unmarked grave next to his parents, apparently. Mark Epstein, I think, is now quoted as saying it's none of your effing where he's buried, but from what I've seen, he's at some kind of a Jewish mausoleum type thing for his final burial. And apparently, there's also going to be a hearing where the victims of Epstein are finally going to get to speak. Now, if this is the case, obviously, we're going to cover that. And if it is covered, say on C-SPAN, et cetera, tomorrow, I'm going to look into when it is. I don't know that it will be. I wish it were. If C-SPAN 1 through 3 actually covered that case, that would be huge, and I would live stream that. I don't think it's going to happen. But if anybody knows that there is going to be a live link of the streaming of Epstein's victims, please let me know. I'd be all about it. With that being said, guys, I'm doing 3, 4, 5, 6, sometimes 7 videos a day. If you didn't catch my last video, I just showed you more evidence that Microsoft and your Xbox One, your Xbox One S, your Xbox 360, etc., 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 any Xbox that had a microphone or camera attached to it that was also hooked to the internet has been spying on you for quite some time. I told you this. I actually went back to a throwback video I did back in 2011. I was covering Xbox and the Kinect. That was the first iteration of having like voice recognition and facial recognition via the Xbox, right? Back when it was Project Natal. That's how old I am. I'm an old man doing old man things. So please check that video out. Again, my interview with Emma from Mint Press and TheMindUnleashed.com was also very good. I love all you guys. You know that I got the GoFundMe. That's how I'm supporting myself. So $5, $10, $15, that always helps. And with that being said, guys, look for more with the Burmis Brigade. Also over on the Tinfoil Hat Podcast, Check me out also on the Ripple Effect podcast. That should be coming out soon too. But the tinfoil hat, hopefully you really enjoyed. Thanks. I'll see you on the flip.